So why is it that antidepressants often don't solve the problem? That's what we're distilling and reformulating today at the Apothecary Table. Welcome to the Apothecary Table, a production of the Holistic Apothic. I'm Dr. Katie Simons, clinical pharmacist turned mental health coach, hypnotherapist, and medicine woman. Here, we compound something new, a conversation where science, psychology, somatics, and soul all meet, blended together for how healing actually happens. With the caveat that this is not formal medical advice or a substitute for medical or mental health care, let's pull up a chair and dive in. The first SSRI to hit the market was Prozac back in 1988, and it exploded. The old classes of antidepressants being used were classes of meds that had large side effect profiles, and the world of psychiatry was really hopeful that this new class of drugs would solve the anxiety and depression problem. Now, almost 40 years later, we can see that that's just not how things panned out. Despite multiple SSRIs and SNRIs on the market and a whole new class of SPARIs that all deal with serotonin modulation in the brain, depression and anxiety are still rampant. And if anything, I think they're probably worse now than they were back in the 80s. So why is this? Well, one of the big reasons is that the field of psychiatry and psychology kind of took a wrong left turn back in the days of Sigmund Freud and started pathologizing intelligent signals from our nervous system. See, science was not sophisticated enough at the time to really understand how the intricate human nervous system worked. So, in the pursuit of the study of psychology, Freud and his followers focused solely on the mind and the brain. The problem is that the medical world has thought of and treated the mind and brain as separate from the body and the nervous system ever since. And they're really just all one big system. So, because of this, we've kind of missed the script on what the symptoms of depression and anxiety actually are. They're intelligent signals from the nervous system that something feels threatening. That's part of our survival mechanism as human beings. And I'll get into this more deeply in the video on understanding your nervous system that's linked below. But for the purpose of this conversation, our autonomic nervous system is split into two parts, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're going to focus just on the sympathetic nervous system for right now. And the sympathetic nervous system is our alarm system. It takes the millions of bits of information that our body is constantly taking in, and it scans it for potential threats. And when it picks up on a threat, it sends an alarm to the conscious mind in the form of hormones and neurotransmitters to either fight, flee, or freeze. Now, our body feels these hormone and neurotransmitter surges as anger or irritability, that's fight, anxiety, that's flee, and depression, that's freeze. So we have nervous system signals that have been pathologized as disease. And then the treatment for that disease, antidepressants, were formulated to just turn the volume down on the felt sense of that signal. So instead of the signal being something that we can get curious about of why is there something that feels threatening right now? What is my body picking up on? And where is the threat coming from? Usually the past, right? Instead of being able to address the root causes of anxiety and depression, we just turn the volume down on the signals. Now, turning the volume down on the signals can be really helpful in the acute setting sometimes. We all have to be able to keep showing up in life. So being able to turn that volume down and be able to feel and manage daily life, that's often helpful in the moment. The issue becomes when we believe that these medications are actually treating our anxiety and depression, or if we're told that some brains just need these medications in order to not be anxious and depressed. Those are both myths, and they keep us from actually doing the work of going back to our nervous system and asking, hey, why are you all riled up? What feels threatening here? That kind of questioning, those questions back to our body, to our nervous system, and to our subconscious mind is really the work that's necessary to get to the root of the issue. Anxiety and depression are just the first layer of emotional sensations that tell us that there's probably trauma or developmental trauma, or at least core limiting beliefs that are lingering in the body and the subconscious mind. There are things that your body perceives as threats that are remnants of the past. And the way to heal the anxiety and depression is to bring those things into awareness and allow the body to process them. And we now know, after 40 years of using antidepressant medications, SSRIs, SNRIs, that after a while, they kind of wear off. Lots of times they work for a while, and then after a few years, the anxiety and depression come back. And then we end up kind of chasing them. Do we add another medication? Do we switch medications? It becomes this chase of trying to continue to turn down the volume on these intelligent signals. Or people just get sick of not being able to feel all their feelings, or not being able to access deep pleasure. There's lots of reasons to want to stop an antidepressant, and they come up, and rightly so. The good news is that it's never too late in life to address the roots of anxiety and depression. And the way to do that is healing the original traumas and core limiting beliefs that have your nervous system all activated. And there are tools that can help with that work. And if you're curious about that, you can check out my video link below on tools for healing from trauma. But all in all, the reason antidepressants don't solve the problem is because they're designed to be a bandage, not a cure. And like any good bandage, it's best to do the work to heal the wound and then take the bandage off after a while. If this is work you're curious in doing for yourself, please check out my other videos, and please don't hesitate to reach out and book a free call with me. The link is below, and I'd love to chat with you.